Going to see EG on the defense here and the guard working on that C-long control, and EG actually pressuring up a lobby, so it's going to be a free site for the guard.
And that has largely read this. The Trailblazer that came through for EG's aggressive defense obviously gives you some sort of an idea that, yes, this is going to be a push through A. No defenders towards the C site leaves it completely vacant, and the retake has to make a decision here for EG. Do you want to come back up through garage, or are you going to try to hit long? And why not both at the same time? Jogamo's going to start us off as he tries to come around the corner, Dan.
Yeah, and the guard have had a lot of time to set up for this, so they're nice and ready. The bait setup working out quite well here for the guard. Coming out on top there, 4 versus 3 now as the rest of the retake starts to operate through garage and spawn. But the guard holding on to this very well indeed. In fact, making it look extremely... They left... the guard left garage after taking it immediately. So EG have info right now, and they've got the spot there. So they should have a pretty good sense as to what's happening right now. And the guards need to speed things up, and they are. They're trying to get into that side pretty quickly. But finally, we'll actually see EG able to use some util to slow things down here, trying to create some kind of a hold. But the guard are just trying to power through this position. And so far, the trade is actually working out fairly well here for EG on the defense. 2 versus 2, and the spike is possible to be planted, but EG with a good shake at this one.
Rajamo doesn't have anything left either. He used both his guiding lights, one of which just to reconfirm nothing was playing through mid-garage after the Trailblazer had come through and just gets completely caught inside top window. So now it's just down to Foe. Nova Pulse is spent. That's good for the first, and then the transfer over. Beautiful shots from Foe, getting EG their first round. Anything, it will not. The spike is still staying over towards A, and with 33 seconds, that will likely be its final destination. Net good information. There actually does see that Foe had pushed forward, so you know you've got numbers here at A as soon as you come on in. Just comes down to can you find elimination. Saya player a little sloppy with the initial knives, but does at least find the initial entry. Dre to follow up, though. EG's defense coming to life. We got ourselves a 3v2.
Not a lot of time left to make this one work, and it's going to be down to Net against 3 players here, and it's not going to happen.
On the defense, they're doing that with a lot more success here. Initial shade of the first kills turns it into a 4v4, but Refirm still holding on to garage window. Turns the numbers in favor of Evil Geniuses as the guard members are, well, a little bit stuck at the moment. Not really sure what they want to do as they collect the spike and look over towards the A site.
Yeah, running it. Their footsteps will not be heard also by your boy Dre, who was in there at spawn. So now, of course, after that, Dark goes forwards. They're going to know what's up, and the spike will be planted. Definitely a dangerous round here with the kind of players left alive that we have on the guard. See if they can find any damage. There we go. Net picks up the first one. That's a problem, and that's going to give a lockdown. We get the counter lockdown. It's not the round you want to be using it on. The Seekers coming to play as well for EG to get themselves back into the site, but the Nano Swarms will counter that one. So right now, this is looking quite desperate, but Boostio from up high able to do all the damage here. And okay, this is going to be tough. Net is in a hell of a position here with the Sheriff trying to make it happen with the flip.
Aldrone will start to get clearance over towards C.
Yeah, we can... I mean, EG are in a spot they can play retake here. They've got Cosmic Divide and they've got the Hunter's Fury. 2 massive ults for playing retake. That's what they're banking on right now. And the guards are going to get the site. But there it is. There's that Cosmic Divide coming through. Sideplayer has the backside control. He's been spotted, though, I'm pretty sure. And he's going to have a hell of a job holding on to this position. But if he can, that'll be everything. And the timing's going to work out. Everybody's swinging at once here for the guard and doing an excellent job getting the kills they needed right before the plant even goes down. And this is going to be a hard one for Jogamo. The Cosmic Divide is going to go down, and there's one kill, but the trade is ready. The numbers game is weird. The guard, but the yaboidre is ready with the Vandal. And EG, they are coming up.
Position here. It's interesting because you still have Net, who's also playing very far forward away from this initial push, but there isn't any help. The flash comes through and keeps Dre from actually being able to assist on Boostio, so maybe he overstays his welcome just a touch. I think we could probably more convincingly say that weapons will start to exchange hands, but as they do, Jajamo benefits off of one, but then the lurk from Net eventually comes into play, giving numbers to the guard in a post-plant situation.
Yeah, very difficult indeed. The guards looking to close out the round with a lot of players left alive here. Jogamo, not really all that much to do here. Just go straight forward.
All of Jonah's utility largely being spent just to push back the defenders at C-long. And that was successful, but they nearly cut things in half. Spike's going to be planted. Just depends on who actually wants to be the one to get this down. They'll trust that to Jonah. Flank coming around the back, but once again, very avidly watching this is Net. This time, no safety of really much utility, and it is a one-for-one trade, so that'll be Dre an opportunity to take a weapon if he can get forward, but instead decides to join his teammates as he wraps through B to try to hit this through a link.
And Valorant actually has a star available still as well. This feels like a very difficult scenario. There's a gravity well to go in first. So they're just going to get delayed and delayed here. Carburst to allow some space forward here for the retake. And it's a great shot. Very tricky stuff there coming out of EG, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Indeed, it's going to get shut down 6-4 in favor of the at the right time to pick off a player moving between positions. And now the finish towards the safe site, which you can see Boostio is going to hear the running.
Quick rotation starting to come through. Boostio with the judge. Makes a play forward, but as he looks to exchange it for a more traditional rifle, he will be countered by Jonah. But Dre inside the site, no one has read him. How about the double for Dre? Time becoming a bit of a problem as Dre takes down a third. And Evil Genius...
Because the opponents could be anywhere, so they want to walk into that. So they kind of have to just react at this point. And given now this forward position on short from Sire player, they're confident to rotate towards C. So the guard have a forward rotation. There should be a pretty effective defense for them.
Yeah, with gravity well able to at least slow things down for now. Jonah, first point of contact, nearly turns it into a double, but Evil Geniuses will set foot onto site. Balance still in the mix. Safety of a Nebula to get them back out. Time becoming a bit of a problem here. 8 seconds on the clock. Have to commit to plenty this if you're foe, and he's not going to be able to, as Saya makes the long rotation through the back. Bot placement for the guard. You want to keep an eye on where exactly all that Killjoy utility is. Ender made a really solid point saying that the guard just will keep you guessing all the time based on those setups. Self-flashing in as Jonah finds one, but also tallies up that, okay, wait a second, there are a lot more here to deal with. Valen will come to assist. And Evil Geniuses, they've gained possession of this location, but honestly, it's been an expensive one, and it continues to cost as the guard just tally up the eliminations, just spraying through Evil Geniuses, and it's going to be a Prime Gaming flawless on the second round here for the anti.
And there's still nano swarms that will delay the approach, and that would be very bad for EG if the nano swarms come off in time.
There they go.
Oh no.
Down inside the site, was not able to actually find an elimination. 10 seconds on the clock. Ned is still trying to defend this plant, but will not to be able to successfully do that. Trent still has full utility. Wait a second. Reformed the one, the long lurk will deny it. And so Saya player, once again, like the opening pistol, will try to make a delayed peek happen through the backside of C-Long, and it will not be successful. Fortunate that they weren't able to really get things going in a couple of those closer matchups they had in week 2 and week 3 in particular, but there is still the opportunity for them to get this back to level terms. Difficult round here, and they're going to use the Conto Divide to just burst their way on in towards site with this abbreviated purchase, trying to get a quick plant, and the guard here to try to contest.
They really need to force the guard to use some ults here. They really need to get rid of some of those because that's going to be a decisive advantage. Let's see if they can convince them to do that, but looks like they won't need any ults here, really. Just bursting on through. Jonah P, the confidence is just immaculate. So strong. Your boy Dre still causing some issues here. Going to be able to take down Jonah P after all is said and done. Keep the effort alive for now, but it's looking very grim. Using the ping there to try to get some more damage through the wall, but Saya play covering the angle will finish him off, and we still see that the guard have held on to their lockdown, which is one of the most important.
Missed shot coming through from Saya player, so the awareness that, okay, an operator is positioned over through A long is going to be established in EG. Not a lot of time, but they know where everything else is. You know you've got Killjoy set up over towards B. You know the op is at A. So this attack towards C has to find value on the entry.
Yeah, this is so tough. Not many options, and have to find the shots. Those have to pan out for you. Boostio takes down Net. That's a big find. They need these fast kills to deal the lockdown quickly. Someone has to defend this, and someone has to kill this, and the guards so far are defending it very effectively. And that's one player detained. Your boy Dre, can he do any damage here? 8 seconds to go. Spike on his back, but no way to plant it. The guards secure the 12th round. And, oh, wow.
That's on this map is, it's not just that they're keeping you guessing defensively. They know very calculatedly so where their vulnerabilities are. They're forcing you into a weird spot. Even right now with all these nanostorms coming through, they kind of force Boostio in a position where he has to tailwind through the site. He has an opportunity here to potentially stop the rotation of Saya player. Hunter's Fury coming out as Trent is trying to clear up a bit of space, and well, Saya player, I think he's just seen the regrowth come through. Little bait and switch peek does not turn into an elimination as the defensive Cosmic Divide comes through looking to break this retake.
And they've got a lot of resources to get Saya player, but Saya player is just delaying them. He's just occupying space. Saya player doing a really good job now. The rest of EG having to force the defense against the remainder of the guard coming through from C-Link. And the boy Dre doing an excellent job with the Guardian, but down to the 1v1. Can Boostio save it as he goes for the jiggle? Trent only 47 points of health, and there's the peak from Boostio. He's going to lock it in.
On the back side of this. Oh, up in midair. Saya player able to take down Boostio. No fly zone in the mix, but EG still come out favorably in the trades. 2 for 1. The exchange. Jonah stuck in a corner. Nowhere to go. And Trenton has to do something miraculous. And has he just done it?
That's not good. That is not good for EG's chances here. They need to win this round, or this map is over. Winning this map is probably the key to winning the series for them. And Trent putting the damage in there. Very tense now. Oh, down to just critically low HP. Foe trying desperately to survive. The ping's going through, so Trent knows where both players are. Huge advantage. They just don't have the weaponry, but can they make it work? Jorgen able to defend against one, but Neck coming through on the trade and gets Foe on the peak as well. And the guard, they are going to avoid what could have been a very scary scenario. No overtime. It's their haven against CG.
Well, that is still... look... There have not been a lot of teams to contest this guard team on this map. The most recent...
not too much time to talk about it, but I like the chamber pick a lot, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be super interesting. We have the push coming in straight away to the A site here for EG. Trent wants the AWP, and he's going to get a kill as well for his troubles. So not a bad start here. Jonah, he's still holding on to the Sage wall for now. So our player's going to get absolutely nailed around 410. So starting to look a little bit sketchy here now for the guard on this retake.
Net nearly gets the parkour to get up top. Instead, Jonah going to take the traditional zip line, and that will be enough to at least eliminate Foe as immediately after the plant had come through. Nice headshot also connects, but cannot capitalize on elimination, so numbers will favor the post plant, but there are a lot of weak health pulls, and Net is able to turn that into a double. The guard, currently the best pistol team in North America, and you see exactly why, even in the face of adversity and not a lot of great numbers, they are more than comfortable in a quick retake.
Yeah, what was really interesting as well was the fact that it felt...
Well, they expect that it is the scope pressure Saya player. He's only able to take out a pretty big, hefty chunk of Foe who will be happy, I'm sure, just to heal himself back up.
Yeah, I love that mid wall too. There's more to say on that, but as we have the push here, Jorgen in that forward position, we'll see the spike get planted here for EG. So that's they've done a pretty good job in managing to find a pretty empty site. We'll see how the retake goes with Spectres. It's going to be quite difficult here for the guard. They're able to mount a good defense to start things off and slow things down. So the setup's looking great for EG.
Yeah, and EG actually keep Jonah P honest off the flank as well. So now the retake for the guard would largely have to be just from the front. And the weaponry just a bit too superior at the moment, leaving things just to Valorant and Saya player to try to push this thing to a more contested nature. Otherwise, we'll see a Prime Gaming flawless in the mix here for Evil Geniuses. Gray takes care of the one, Foe gets the second. So it is a Prime Gaming flawless. Evil Genius. Saya player's operator needs to get over here if they want to have any sort of a systematic approach to killing potential, as Boostio takes down First Blood on a Trent. Wants more than that, and oh boy, it's aggressive, and it works out. Foe able to get the spike planted. The guard looking for a quick contest, but hindered by the barrier orb. So as this is going to be a problem, it just comes down to you even find any angles, and no, not at all. Boostio just having his way, not going to be able to collect the ace. It's Dre who's able to take away from him, but still another Prime Gaming flawless, and he's stuck in this position at the moment, but with all the poisons coming through, it's Saya and Jonah who's able to turn this into a handful. Saya off the flank, and then Jonah playing a one-for-one position does more than enough, and that immediately shuts down Evil Geniuses from ever even making its way over through green.
Yeah, forcing out the res coming through there from Foe. And the question is, they've got 20 seconds to get value from that spend of the resurrection. And oh no, the lockdown comes through. I don't think there's any way that they can deal with that. Although the Hunter's Fury is going to be spent as well. But that actually might end up benefiting the guard here, because I don't know if they'll have time to get the spikes planted. That's the problem. And oh, they're stuck behind yellow. There is no time. Lucio, can he keep this operator alive? Nice follow-up shot. The round will be lost, but the operator at least can be held onto. That will be something. But the ult exchange there definitely favoring the guard.
You say that, though, you got to keep in mind that Saya player is also contesting B long. So, I mean, if you're the guard, you have to know that the pressure has to be mounting towards mid-map. And a one-for-one trade you feel like is fine, especially considering that you have a resurrection to play with. So we go to a 5v4, and now it turns your attention to Valen, who is under immediate threat, and he seems to be pretty aware of that, especially as he starts to hear a little bit of juggling off of the zip line above. A couple of good spam shots coming out, but cannot finish off a second elimination as EG make their way forward. The guard looking to contest, though.
Yeah, Trent has the Hunter's Fury for a possible denial. Chooses to fight with teammates, though, and the guard still have that backside control, which is really, really key. Keep the pressure on when the plant goes forward. And there's that Hunter's Fury. That forces him off the plant attempt, and in fact gets the catch on your boy Dre, and suddenly Lucio are left alone. And indeed, the Hunter's Fury was just...
Offensive Viper's Pit will come in, and it's really going to be on to Jonah to see what does he want to do, as he's going to be the first player to really work inside this Viper's Pit. Wow.
Oh, that's a spike as well. So that's a lot of information. Jonah P doing a really good job there. And that Viper's Pit really goes so far.
Yeah.
That is so weird. But either way, Viper's pit mechanics aside, that spike is down in a pretty compromised position. 40 seconds to go. Net controlling that mid rotation, looking to get the next peak as well. Boostio goes down, and suddenly EG, they've got to reclaim this spike. They've managed to do so, and they've got that high ground position. This is very interesting here. The guard has surrounded them, though.
I don't think I've ever seen this Viper's pit before. That is some low gravity gas coming through. The spike has at least been collected for now. Dre looking for information, but he does not get a reveal on the Saya player, who immediately punishes. We're formed hoping for something desperate. And, well, the guard not interested in seeing him do much more.
Going on.
Contest literally the entire world right now. You've got Trent, who's still keeping his mindset over towards mid. Saya player watching the peek through yellow. And even the utility just trying to stall out any inevitable plants that would have come through from foe initially. Barrier being held. Wants to make sure that it's being placed 100% correctly. And there it goes. That's going to be allowing actually a little bit of a boost up here. As Boostio tries to keep a little bit of high ground pressure. And, well, it does not work out. As he falls, the guard quick to try to hit this retake.
Yeah, it's going to be quite desperate here from EG, trying to see what they can hold on to. It's massively outnumbered at the moment. Trying to defend that spike. It's at least planted. Need some heroics here. Foe goes for it, but not going to happen. The lockdown comes in response. That's going to force everybody back, or your boy Dre to have to try to waste this within the time of that lockdown. Not happening. The guard are going to pick it up, and that's going to be a 7-5. We switch sides, and we'll see how well these teams fare in this matchup. EG now on the defense. We've got this heavy pressure coming through onto the A site. We'll get the wall coming up for the toxic screen and the ice wall coming through as well. And Jorgamo with a nice opening for EG is going to make life a little bit more difficult. That's the heal out of the picture.
The guard is still sticking to this. I'm a bit surprised with the double walls coming through. You thought they may just pay a lot of respect to the setup initially, but they're going to stick to it. Jojimo able to do a little bit more, runs out of the headhunter, so now he's got to go back to the classic as the kills continue to trade back and forth, but EG's defense able to hold solidly as Boostio takes down the final two by way of headshot, and that'll be the first pistol to take in a very...
this round, so EG, if they don't make any mistakes here, they should be really good to go.
We'll see. Reformed an unbelievable Marshall shot initially. Not going to be able to tally a second. Here our third commentator giving us the notification. Less than 30 to play to get this spike planted. Boostio in a very elevated position, looking to look down quite literally upon this play. And as the wall goes up, the take starts to come through. Valen looking to bet on a utility. Saya player good for a first. Valen following up. Could he get to Dre in time? Spike will be planted. And the 1v1 will commence. Wall goes up. Valen able to create a little bit more space. Has the opportunity to at least put some pressure here as he denies not just the recon bolt. It also puts a bit of mystery into Dre's mind as far as where has Valen gone after this wall had come through. Avidly clears out towards the yellow side though, and Valen will reposition. A heck of an angle here, but no! Dre's able to sniff him out, find the elimination, and also with that, the defuse.
It could be the case for them that they might fear a rotation out, but Jorgamo looks ready. That's a really big jiggle. And there's the TP on the rendezvous coming through. Reformed holds on to 410 for now. That's a very nasty poison orb to have to work against. Reformed still in position, still causing problems, but in comes Saya player. The knives are flying, and it's up to Jorgamo to try to hold this one off. But the Viper's Pit is going to make life very difficult, and that's allowing Saya player to get close, but Boostio with the trade. And now it's up to Valen. Very, very good in these situations, but this is a very tough one. Has to collect the spike, and is currently wasting time, unbeknownst to him, on checking the flank, and he's given up sound cues. They know where he is. It's gonna be very difficult. 35 HP, and EG come in with two players surviving.
Send a recon dart up through middle, so they have to know that this play is going to be happening over towards A. Just comes down to how do you deal with this with the lockdown already being placed. Boostio looking to offer a first blood by way of a scope. And well, no one's going to peek him, at least not initially. He sees the rifle. Oh, he doesn't actually connect. Oh, it's unfortunate. So he'll be detained. That'll allow for Jojo to get a free plant, and the retake is going to have to largely be from the front. It's just one player on the flank in Jojimo.
Yeah, it was a really good effort from Boostio. That's definitely the play, but it didn't work out like you said. And now, are we going to see the guard able to find some life right now as they're trying to defend this spike? The attack is coming back into A here from EG, looking for this retake. The wall is dissipating on that 410 position, getting forward ground. The guard getting every frag though, and out comes Boostio, and Trent is ready and waiting
Things kind of unfold with this because EG are actually looking to take this tour a bit forward over towards B, trying to play off the rendezvous. Oh, and the guard just completely just knocked on the door and kicked it down. Hunter's Fury, 4 members running on through. Judgmo, no chance to rendezvous away, and now it's just Dre kind of left. But there is a quick flank starting to develop where EG could potentially contest this from the back, but you need to get eliminations from Boostio's perspective.
Yeah, you're totally right. And there's so many players, kind of everyone has a role here. Oh no, but there's no one covering this particular angle, but the whiff's coming through. That is very, very disappointing for Boostio. Absolute heartbreak there. That was the best chance, perhaps, to make this very difficult situation somewhat doable. And Sire players just kind of get a 2 for 1. Why not? Prime Gaming Floor.
Different look, though. Judgmo actually has an operator played through mid-tube defensively for Evil Geniuses, so keep your eye on that, depending on what he wants to do with it. Defensively, EG largely relying on Reformed in a forward position, and now he's stuck with no help. And once again, the opening engagement's just so favorable from the guard. Never really allows any trickery to happen. It forces out a pretty desperate Hunter's Fury, of which it does connect. But the spike has been planted in the defense of EG. Largely has to come from the back as Valen is brought back to life.
I mean, the beauty of that, the way that the guard attacks the side was just so gorgeous. But Ultimo trying to make a go of this one. The res comes through for Boostio. The punish is easy for Scion player, and there's very little left here. Foe, they're very low. Ultimo, however, a whiff from Sire player might open up opportunity. Walking into the Viper's pit, though, really trying to make this one guaranteed. The guard investing everything, and they secure the 12-11, and that is match and series point.
Vacancy to get a plant down early on B if they commit.
Yeah, absolutely. The lockdown actually goes in pretty much immediately, and that's not going to necessarily, of course, impact things too much. EG were all 3 stacked towards A, so you can tell that the guard really want to make sure everything is absolutely taken care of here. Not a single T without the cross, and not a single I without the dot. And EG now starting to pressure the wall. They've got to break it.
Well, pushes Jonah back. Nano Swarm's at least able to again delay. EG 3v4. Here comes the time. Have to move this now. Have to find eliminations, and they're just throwing shoulders. The guard just playing with their food at the moment, and they're finding eliminations. The wall gets broken before it can fortify. And Saya player, that may be a nail in the coffin. Last player left his foe. Nothing to find there. And after what had been a flawless start for EG on the defense, immediately gets countered with what? 5 rounds in a row, I think it is, for the guard. 4 or 5 in a row to get them through the finish line in a 2.